Welcome back, viewers. And just before we went to the break, we were asking Mr. Rahman about his difficulties in setting up a business in Bangladesh. And he mentioned that when he first went there, he started off with restaurant business, and that's where we stopped. So I'm going to ask, I'm quite interested in that. The restaurant business, that's where you started off first initially.
Correct. But in other words, it wasn't really a difficulty. It was more of a, I was in a mission to find a unique product. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
So I was looking for a product which was new, which was fresh, and which was also easily acceptable for to the market. And I figured that, because by that time I already decided I was going to go into the restaurant line. And then I thought, why not come up with a product, like a food item, which wasn't even there. So, I figured it was quite a challenge because everything is there.
What was that?
Believe me or not, then I came up with the idea of crepes.
All right.
So, I was the first person to, open a creperie in Bangladesh. We didn't really have crepes. So it was a bit of a challenge because people, since we didn't have a creperie, so it wasn't that common, right?
Teach them.
Well, kind of, because, they were kind of confused with crabs. There were some moments where, which were pretty confusing to the customers. So I thought, no, we need to kind of come up with more items, more flavors. And so, so we had the sweet crepes, we had the savory crepes and everything. And so that's how I started that. And it was absolutely new. So that kind of picked up, and that was a great, I think, great initiative because it wasn't even available there. Imagine an item not available in a country. So I thought I need to do something there. I just felt responsible, I don't know why. I just thought, I need to take it back home. And people, they love it. Who doesn't like crepes? So I took it, they loved it. And then after a few months, I thought, because business picked up, it was doing very well. So I thought, why not open another one? And well, since the first model worked with the new and new item, new product, then I thought I'd bring something similar. Then I opened panini.
Okay.
So back home, you know how it is. You have all the sandwiches. So you have club sandwiches, beef, chicken, and all that. But not necessarily the panini was available. So that's when we thought, no, there's another scope, and let's do this. So we opened panini, and that did pretty good as well. And sorry.
So you didn't have any difficulties at all. That's. I mean, I know every business has some form of difficulty. Did you have employment? Did you find that to be difficult? I presume that wouldn't be difficult.
Employment. I mean, I'll be honest with you. I mean, if you, let me just compare it a bit here, because I also worked here and everything. People, what I found is they don't really take their, own up to their responsibilities. You know what I mean? Like, you have to take ownership of your responsibility. If I have given one of the employees a task to do, it's their job to make sure that's done, that's finished. So I kind of found that was missing. But obviously you have to coach them, you have to work on that, and that is all leadership is all about. So not like they can't do it, that's why I fired them straight away. No, we don't do that. So we identify the errors, the mistakes, and we speak to them, we tell them, see, I asked you to get, I don't know, that vegetable from the market, you got me something else. So who's gonna own up to that? We don't have time, we are busy restaurant here. So things like that, and also the inventory, the stock and everything is pretty tight. So I mean, by that I mean, if you don't really look after that properly, then anything can happen. So for any restaurant business, inventory is actually the basic and the most important thing. And well, if you talk about difficulties, when I opened my interior firm, so that's when I kind of faced a challenge that while I was doing interior projects for my clients, I you know, I faced difficulties in really sourcing few items locally, because, you know, there, say for example, you're following a theme, and there are certain things you need to source and you need to put it in a specific manner.
Okay.
So it's not going to help, it's not really going to work if you don't have that thing. But you do know it's available everywhere, apart from Bangladesh. So, you know, you find
the same sort of answer.
yeah, I mean, by everywhere I mean, you know, it's available in, say, for instance, India, China, Europe, America, all these places. So then I thought, you know, I need to do something about this. You know, I can't be traveling abroad, overseas, every other week just to, you know, get my
source different items.
Absolutely, just to source different items for clients, because I work with a lot of clients, fortunately. So that's something you know, I thought was surely a difficulty for me. So I thought, you know, I need to do something about it, and that's exactly how I opened the other company, which was the home decor and furniture.
Okay.
So if anyone's doing interior from me, they take my furniture, they take my home decor, I do lighting, everything.
The full.
I do the entire, it's a one-stop solution. So you can come.
Great concept, I think, you know, because Bangladesh is up for it now. You know, people in Bangladesh are up for this type of things, and it's unbelievably, you know, different, you know, where Bangladesh was 10, 15 years ago to where it is today. But one thing I must say, viewers, you know, from what we're hearing, business, there's a huge potential. If you want to do business in Bangladesh, there is a huge potential. Yes, we've just got from Mr. Rahman, leadership is important. You need to have that leadership skills within you to do business in Bangladesh. And I think for any business, you need that. Without having the leadership skills within you, it's difficult to manage or run any business. Now I'm going to come back to the sisters here. Okay, I'm going to ask you, the line, you've got the clothing line, you've got bridal wear, you said, is that one of your main?
Yes,
and
yes, that's our forte.
I've been hearing things, you've got a shoe line as well?
Yes, so we just recently started our shoe line as well, and it's basically an extended thing we have done after the clothing.
Okay.
So yes, that's it's actually wonderful how many opportunities you have in Bangladesh. And you know, there's such, as I mentioned earlier, that you have such skillful workers. You know, so yeah, shoes is something so important for girls as well.
Yes.
And you know, when you have clothing, you have shoes. So we were like, why can't we do shoes here? There, you know, shoes are, and especially shoes. When I say shoes, we are specializing in nagrais, nagras, which is also known as kussas.
Okay.
So these are special
They're
leather
like kind
made
of ballerinas,
yes,
in a way.
Yeah, it's more like desi ballerinas.
Desi ballerinas.
So, is there one that comes up like that a bit?
No, that's
No,
for
okay.
men. Yeah, that's like
what I
for men.
know.
Yes, but there's this huge craze for nagras right now in Dhaka, because you know, people used to see, like especially in Bangladesh, people really travel a lot to India, so there are a lot of fashion there which people like to kind of follow, or you know, bring it again, because Bangladesh does not have it.
Yeah,
so
they have to get it from
they
outside.
have it. Yeah, so this is exactly what we planned, you know, me and Amana, that we want to do something when it came to clothing and the shoes. Again, people, if they are looking for something, they
need
know
to find it.
where to find it.
In Dhaka.
In Dhaka.
In Dhaka.
In Bangladesh.
Okay, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
Okay, Amana, I'm going to ask you a question.
Yeah.
You're involved in the textile side, you're involved with the shoe line as well now, and you're designing these yourselves, your sisters are designing the
Yes, the shoes.
shoe lines
Yeah,
as well?
yes, of
Excellent.
course.
What else are you doing? I mean, I understand you've expanded your business into another line as well.
I'm also into makeup.
Okay.
Yes, so I started that recently. That was also out of passion, but now it's more like a, you know, growing business for me.
Because I
more
understand,
like a
you know,
profession.
your one of your main line of textile is bridal, and from there, obviously, makeup just makes sense, you know. So someone can come to you, and you've got the lot.
Right.
See, you know.
Yeah, so we both actually have been really creative,
Yes.
and always wanted to be in, like, you know, the creative field
Creative field,
rather
yeah.
than doing any.
Oh, that's amazing.
And I
boring
think there's
job
so
or
much
something.
scope there as well.
Yeah,
Because
in Bangladesh,
a job
yes.
is a job in the end of the day.
That's right.
You're working for someone else, you know, and it does get a little boring at some
times,
point.
yes.
And, you know, with the business, it's like it's your baby.
That's
So
right.
when you have scope and you're seeing that people are like, you know, they're ready for new things, trying out new things in terms of anything, you know, so the furniture line or the clothing, or Dhaka is actually, they have come a long way now. The people are really, really excited to try new things.
Yeah,
Even in
I
terms of
believe that.
food. They're like, if some restaurant, you will see like a huge queue outside. You don't have space to sit. So they're like really welcoming now. So I think it's a great opportunity for young people who have like dreams to, you know, fulfill their passion somewhere, you know.
Or maybe go back to Bangladesh, but they're too scared.
Because the
they
market
think
here
they won't
is
be able to do anything, you know.
That's one of the reasons why a lot of British Bangladeshis are not going, because they're scared.
No,
But I think
they
what we
have
should
great
realize, viewers,
opportunities.
Yeah.
and what we really need to understand is Bangladesh is a country where the potential is huge to do
Huge.
business.
Absolutely.
Let's just imagine for a little bit of a moment here, the cars in Bangladesh don't have number plates like UK. The number plates are almost handwritten. Can you imagine the scope in that country? You know, am I right? Yeah, the scope is huge.
No, I think you're wrong.
I mean, come on, you know.
That used to be like that, but it's all
Yeah.
changed now.
I know,
Yeah.
it's still not reflecting it. Here's a
Oh, it's
scope.
still not reflective. Okay.
But
That's
what
the
I'm
point.
saying
But
is,
there
just trying
is
to
a
give
lot
an
of scope.
example of the opportunity
Yes.
there.
Right.
You know, it's a growing country. There's
Sure.
Yeah.
Definitely.
so many things that can be introduced. You know, we're talking about textiles here. We're talking about architectural interior design. You know, we've got something else I want to talk about as well. You know, you have a new concept business that's coming soon, or have you started?
Well, I actually recently I had the soft launch for it. So what it is, it's a shared office space. So it's more like a serviced office, just like you have the serviced apartments. So where, but in this case, everything is paid for. So by that I mean, you know, a lot of startup companies and a lot of freelancers, not necessarily they have the.
Can I just ask you quickly?
Sure.
Isn't there anybody else who's doing this?
No, there is a multinational company back home. So, but we don't share exactly the same model.
Okay, yeah, I want
Okay.
to know about this model.
Yeah. So what we're doing is we have shared workspace. So, you know, people don't really know each other, but obviously the whole intention is to have a network of like-minded people.
Okay.
So that's our intention, obviously, and that's also the business model. You know, you need to have like-minded people. It's house of entrepreneurs, and that's also a slogan, by the way. So
Okay.
you know, so yeah. I mean, coming back to what I was saying. So basically, for all the startups, for all the freelancers, and even you know self-employed entrepreneurs, not everyone they have the budget. They have the capital
That's
to
right,
set
yeah.
up a office, including several employees, and you know what I mean, you know, with the power backup and all that. And so what we have done is we obviously in the first place we have taken out a office in the avenue, so which is kind of, you know, for any startup it would be expensive. And so by that I mean we're trying to give these entrepreneurs the best location. So we are literally located in the hub of the business district. And we're offering all-inclusive suites and shared workspace to people.
Okay, so you
And
got
ver-
furniture, broadband, telephone.
No. So this is basically a shared office space. It's empty. So there's membership. So you have private suites. So it's all out for rent at a minimum cost. So say, for example, I'm just giving an example. A private suite could be for 4 workstations, so 4 employees working there. It could be, another room could be for 3 workstations, so only 3 people can work inside that room. Another would be 2, 1, just like that. So you pay only £200 a month for one office space. And your rent is included within that £200. Your electrical bills, all utilities included. your
Okay.
entire power generator backup included, and I'm giving you full dedicated internet connection
As well.
plus administrative
Just
support.
going to break, so that's everything. Is
Everything, yeah.
It's excellent, actually. It may be a concept that we feel that we've already seen, but in Bangladesh, it's a concept. It's new, and I'm sure that's going to do really well. Viewers, we're going to a break, so please stay tuned. See you after the break.